Welcome to Realms of the Other World, Episode 5, The St. James Hotel. Claimed to be one of the most haunted locations in America, the St. James Hotel is located in a small town in northern New Mexico called Cimarron. It consists of a restaurant, bar, and hotel. Cimarron is a tiny village-like place with a very isolated and rustic feel. The stars are bright at night and the air is clean. State parks, creeks, lakes, and wildlife are nearby. It feels as though it is frozen in time. Back in 1864, Henry Lambert, a Frenchman from Washington, D.C., and a former chef for President Lincoln, decided to move west to New Mexico to test his luck in the gold rush. Things didn't turn out like he planned, and he ended up opening a restaurant in the mining area of Elizabethtown, New Mexico. After some time, some very important people in the area convinced Henry to move to Cimarron and open his business in their town in 1872. Cimarron was a perfect place for a restaurant and saloon, right along the old Santa Fe Trail. At this time in history, Cimarron was the stereotypical depiction of the Wild Wild West. Cimarron in Spanish means unruly or wild. Gunfights and violence were common. Many of the well-known lawmen and criminals passed through Cimarron and visited Henry Lambert's restaurant and saloon. The fine food and atmosphere attracted them all. Known as one of the finest establishments in the West, famous people like Wyatt Earp, Jesse James, Buffalo Bill Cody, Annie Oakley, Billy the Kid, and Thomas James Wright passed through the doors. After having the saloon and restaurant for a few years, in 1880 Lambert decided to add hotel rooms in order to accommodate overnight guests. Over the years, due to the violence, 26 people were shot and killed in gunfights in the saloon, and many more in other areas, including just outside. To this day, there are 21 visible bullet holes in the decorative tin ceiling tiles that have been there since 1902. However, when doing repairs of the ceiling, over 400 bullets were found behind the tin ceiling in the wood floor above the bar. There is a rumor that enough wood was put between the saloon and the floor above to prevent any stray bullets from killing any guests staying in the hotel rooms above. Henry died in 1913, and his wife Mary died in 1926. At times the hotel was abandoned, uninhabited, passed down from owner to owner. Finally, in 1985, a full restoration was done of the hotel, keeping in mind the style of the mid-1800s and using some of the original furnishings of the hotel. The original bar is still in the saloon area. All of the rooms in the original hotel are named after the people that stayed in them in the 1800s. There are no telephones, radios, or TVs. Eventually, an annex was added onto the hotel for additional guest rooms. Many of the workers of the hotel have had strange experiences. The hotel has a very spooky ambiance. It feels as though you are traveling back in time. An old creaky staircase, original chandeliers, distressed old-style wallpaper, 1800s architecture, and photos of lawmen and criminals from the 1800s on the walls. The feeling of being watched is common. In Mary Lambert's room, you may smell roses or hear a tapping on the window. They say she does this when she wants the windows shut. One employee saw a reflection in the saloon mirrors of a cowboy clad in 1800s dress. People often hear footsteps and doorknobs turning. A shadow of a cowboy was seen in a bathroom stall. Some have been scratched, and some have had things follow them home. Cigar smoke has been smelled. Lights have been seen. A dwarf-like man has been spotted, and it is said that he moves items and puts them back in different places. Items fall off of walls and shelves. Electrical equipment acts strangely. Cameras malfunction while in the hotel, but are fine outside. A front desk employee heard a high-pitched shriek in the lobby, but no one was in that area and no one else heard it. Another common occurrence is people being touched. The biggest ghost story of them all is of T.J. Wright. Back in 1882, T.J. Wright was playing a poker game in the hotel. He was a frequent guest in the hotel and preferred room 18. That night, he had won a large amount of money. On the way to his room, he was shot in the back, but managed to open the door and fall to the floor in room 18. He bled to death in that room. People have had some very interesting and terrifying experiences in and around TJ's room. Employees say that when that room is opened, bad things start happening in the hotel, and people that enter the room have negative experiences. It is said a lady was thrown over the banister after mocking the ghost of T.J. Wright. Also, an employee was scratched. It is said people who enter the room get sick or die. The room is made up as it was left: bed frame, dresser, chair. There are many old artifacts in the room left to appease the ghost. The owner keeps the room locked. No one is allowed to stay in room 18. The Wild Wild West is alive and kicking. Well, actually, dead and kicking at the St. James Hotel in Cimarron, New Mexico. Check out their website below and spend the night in one of the spookiest places around, if you dare. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Realms of the Other World. If you liked the video, please hit like. And if you want to watch more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening. Take care.